Hey, how you doing today? My name is Ricardo Purdue, and I want to welcome you to another episode of What? Coaching. And so I just want to welcome you today. So I'm here, I'm back, right? I'm back at it again. So I had a busy week of just talking to entrepreneurs, people who are doing things out of their house, people who are already, been doing business for years. And one thing that I've noticed is, from what I've been hearing more and more, we have to get to the point where we know the difference between a hobby and a business. Hobby is something that you may make money from time to time, but in the end, you're really not making any kind of consistent income. And a business, you have a system in place. You're filed with the state, you're compliant, you have a business bank account, and you're making money. And that's the two differences that people struggle with the most. And so today I just want to talk about some things that's going to help you get to the next level. And when I talk to you, I'm talking to myself, because at some point I had to learn these things, these principles. And so the first thing I want to talk about is becoming compliant. So if you really say you want to be a business, you're running your business and you want to make money consistently, you want to put a system in place, you got to be compliant. And so these are some basic things. You have to have an EIN number. An EIN number is free. You can go right onto the executive state and put in to get your EIN number. You can figure out if you're going to be a sole prop, an LLC, a nonprofit, just a corporation. So there's a lot of different things that you can think about when it comes to that, when it comes to your business. Being registered with your state as a business entity, these are things that are important. Having a business bank account, having those things in place, these are things that are important, right? And having a business plan. Now, it doesn't have to be 40 pages or 30 pages, but it needs to be detailed where you know your target market, your startup costs, your monthly expenses of how much it costs to run your business, how many things that you need to sell to get your business where it's profitable. These are things that you have to know. And I know it's scary, right? I know you're sitting there saying, hey, Ricardo, I just don't know how to do the numbers. It's okay, but you have to learn how to teach yourself things, or hire somebody to do it if you can afford to hire somebody to do it. But it's good to know so you can see the revenue coming in and going out, and building a strategic plan around your profit. And so, first of all, I'm happy for people who say, hey, I need to make a quick $500 for my household. That's going to help us keep us lights on. It's going to keep the food coming into the house. It's going to pay that bill that needs to get paid. I'm telling you, that is a great accomplishment. But you can't sabotage yourself thinking that you're running a full-blown business, right? You have to begin to take the next steps to go to the next level. What's amazing to me when I look at business setups and people are starting a business, they can't imagine having another employee that you actually pay to be a part of your business. Like, to have employees in place to run your business. Some people can't get that concept in their mind, but you have to begin to plan your work and work your plan. So if you start a catering business, if you start a consulting business, it's at some point that you want to build your business up where you can hire somebody to be your assistant, hire somebody to run the front desk, so there's things or run the register. You're going to have to hire people. You're going to have to put income into that and dissect that in the numbers and see, okay, how many sales do I need to do a year to be able to hire somebody where I'm not pinching them money, but I'm able to pay them something where they can live off of, right? Okay, so this is different things that seem very basic, but when I tell you 90 to 95% of the people I deal with, it's hard for them to put that on paper, right? They know what they want. They can see that they want this big building, or they want a restaurant, or they want to have a community center, all these different things. But if you can't dial down to the basics, if you can't sit there and really chime in and focus in on the numbers, then it's going to be hard for you to focus in. And so the reason why I wanted to talk about this today is because, deep down inside in my heart, I want people to be successful. I want them to thrive. To be able to start your own business, to be able to pay your bills and take care of your family, and then at the same time be able to hire somebody and cut a check to them that will help them pay their bills, get their first car, get their first home. Man, that is such a great accomplishment. It's such a great goal to go for in life, especially if you want to be an entrepreneur. Now, if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, I understand. If you want to be a business owner, I totally understand. But I want you to begin to take the next step, the necessary steps to be compliant, and then also begin to know the numbers. Begin to be able to sit down and be able to know what you need to sell, what you're spending out, your expenses. And a lot of these things now are on flow charts where you can begin to put your monthly costs down, your insurance, all these things, these fees that you need to look up. You can begin to put this on paper so you can know where you're at and where you need to go. And so, I want to talk to you about that today because I just feel like it's such an important thing when it comes to you having a successful, viable business that's going to be successful. And we didn't even talk about a storefront today, but next time I want to talk to you about a storefront and really beginning to see if it makes sense for you to have a storefront and what you need to do to go to that next level to get yourself to that storefront. I will tell you the first basics of becoming compliant, knowing the numbers. These are beginnings, working on your business plan. This is the beginning steps of you being able to get your own place. And because when you get yourself set up that way, what happens is you begin to look good on paper. So people who want to invest, if you need to go get a loan, you're able to get a loan and not limit yourself or stop yourself from moving to the next step in your business. And so my name is Ricardo Cordu, and I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health, that your days are sweet as honey, and that your life bring you much joy and much laughter. And life is love and love is life. We are on the winning side. I will see you next time on What